but what the disciples saw on the Mount of Transfiguration was only a vision of those two. It wasn't literally them. However, they appeared of how they actually looked when they actually come out of the graves, when Jesus come out of the tomb, so that the disciples could recognize them as those two that was handing off that baton to them and saying, now it's your turn, so they could witness to the other disciples. Jesus told those three men, keep this to yourselves until I ascend. So that way they could be witnesses of what was happening there. It's very important to understand the concept, and yes, it's in threes, of the law, the prophets, and the apostles. Okay, it's very important to understand that. And all three of them had an ultimate representation. The law was represented by Moses, and he received that on Mount Sinai. The prophets was represented by Elijah, and he went to Mount Sinai to hear the still small voice. And then we have the Apostle Paul, who represents the ultimate apostle, and he went to the deserts of Arabia to Mount Sinai for that period of time that he got caught up into the third heaven. It was at Mount Sinai. And therefore, those three had to work in unison, and that's why it was so important for the apostles to understand who those two men were. That's why it just makes so much more sense than just two random angels standing there when it didn't even say angels. In fact, the Greek word used for men that's in our King James Version just means a man. It don't even denote an angelic being at all.